What's up guys, how you doing? Welcome to another video, and welcome to a bit of a bonus video, I suppose, a Tuesday video for you guys, because I wanted to chat gossip. We're going to talk good old-fashioned camera gossip. So welcome to an episode of Rob's Camera Gossip. I don't know if that's going to be a name that we stick with, but every now and again we're going to talk camera gossip on this channel, so why not? Let's go with it. And today we're talking all about the photos that have been released of the new upcoming Canon R3. If you guys like the idea of a bit of camera gossip every now and again, do me a favour, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. We'll be gossiping about cameras on this channel. We've already gossiped about the R1, the R7, the R3, and various other things too. We're going to keep doing it. Make sure you subscribe, stick around so you can join in the fun. So we have had a couple of photos released of the Canon R3. I've got the laptop right here and I've got them here in front of me, and I just thought we would talk about them a little bit really. Now I should say, I saw this over on the Canon Rumors website. Canon Rumors, really love that site, great work they do over there, so make sure you check out Canon Rumors if you haven't already. Put the link in the description below so you can go and have a look for yourself. Now we'd previously seen a photo of the front of the Canon R3, but this gives us two different perspectives. One is like an off-angle front photo, and the other one, and perhaps the more interesting photo, is the photo of the back of the camera. Now we know Canon have already been talking about this camera. They're still saying that it is not designed to replace the Canon R3. They're also saying that it is not going to be the flagship R series camera. We have to assume therefore that there will be an R1 upcoming. But what they have said is that this is going to be a camera primarily aimed at sport shooters, action shooters, wildlife, maybe portraits. So it feels a bit contradictory because that's kind of everything that the 1DX3 is designed for, but I would imagine the big difference might be that perhaps the R3 is going to have something more like a 20, maybe 30 megapixel sensor, whereas I expect the R1 is going to have a chunky sensor, like a 45, 50 megapixel type of situation, I would imagine, on the R1. So look, let's get into these photos, right? So the first one is the kind of angled front of the R3. Now, a couple of key observations here. First of all, we already knew it's got the grip on the bottom, just like the 1D series has. Now it's going to be really useful for me. I haven't got the grip yet for my R6 and I do miss it. I need to get hold of it. So the fact that the R3 will have a built-in grip really does make sense. I think that's going to be really good. The other thing that I noticed straight away is that it's got the extra buttons on the front, just like the ones you get with the 1D series at the moment. Those extra buttons, I imagine they'll be customizable, something really useful, and again, something which is handy for professional shooters using those pro bodies. Now you also get a fairly good view of the top of the camera with this photo. Now one of the things I noticed is that it does have the screen on the top. That's the screen that you get with the R5, you had on the ESR. It was missing on the R6. On the R6 you get the twisty dial on the top, whereas it looks like with the R3 they're going with the little screen on the top, which loads of people love. A lot of people don't like the twisty dial, they prefer the push button setup that you get with the 1DX, and it looks like they're going for that with the R3 as well. So yeah, decent. Let's have a look at the other photo. Now this is the photo of the back. Now the first thing that jumps out at me straight away with this photo is that it has the flip out screen. Now this is a real Marmite love and hate situation. Loads of people are going to be like, finally it's got a flip out screen, and I've got to say for me that's kind of good, because if I did move to something like the R3, it gives me the ability with the flip out screen to still do stuff like I'm doing right now. I've got the flip out screen so I can see you guys over here to make my videos, and that is going to be really useful. Other people aren't going to like that. It gives them something else that's a bit flimsy and moves and could potentially be breakable. A lot of people with the 1D series like the fact that they are built like tanks. There's nothing that you can break around there, nothing flimsy, nothing sticking out. So I think probably that flip out screen is going to have divided opinion, but I would say that overall there's probably more people that like the flip out screen than there are who don't want it. What else do I notice straight away with this? Well, I see at the bottom it's got the little LAN symbol, which I'm assuming means that it will have the network cable ports in the camera so you can connect direct to a LAN network. Something which I miss with the R6, something which I can do with the 1DX series, and that's going to be really good. Something really important for professional shooters, especially sport shooters at the side of an event where they need to be wiring out images straight away. That's pretty much an essential requirement for some of them, so that's going to make a good difference. I also note, looking at this picture, it's exactly the same setup as the 1DX series, where you have the duplicate controls on the two different corners, literally the exact same set of controls. It looks like we got the little joystick there in both positions too, the twisty dial on the back, the same on and off style switch, so overall it looks like a very similar setup to the 1D series. The other thing which I've noticed here is that it doesn't have the memory card slot on the back like you get with the 1DX, where you get the separate little switch and the memory cards are in here. It looks like it's on the side like you get with the R5, R6, so that's a slight change, but hey, cool, that looks good as well. It looks like you don't get the little LCD screen on the bottom of the R3. I can't see that anywhere on the picture, so it looks like that is missing, something which you do get with the 1D series. So overall, this is really interesting, right? Those pictures are quite exciting. It tells you a lot about the camera. One thing that it doesn't really make clear is what is the difference going to be between this and the Canon R1. I imagine the main difference will be to do with the sensor and the megapixels of that sensor. I imagine that is going to be next level and something where the specs really blow people away. You have to assume the autofocus system of the R3 is going to be very, very similar to the R5. We do know that the sensor in this camera will be a bit different. Canon have already announced that it's going to be a stacked sensor, which is something a little bit different, and frankly I'm not technical enough to be able to explain to you the real details of that, but overall this sounds like it is going to be a fantastic camera. Now, you guys who do check out Canon rumors, you'll also see on there that the Canon R3 is rumored to be below the price point of the Sony A1. Now, that doesn't necessarily say much when the Sony A1 is priced at £6,500. So yeah, great, it might be less than the A1, but £6,200, for example, is still a hell of a lot of money. And oh my goodness, that puts fear into me when I think of what the potential R1 will be priced at. Either way, I think for me, there's a good chance I'll be sticking with my R6 just for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of gossip. It's good to share the photos, good to share some rumours. Make sure you comment below anything you'd like to see in the R3, maybe any observations you've made from the pictures that show you something I haven't noticed, or maybe show you something that looks like it will be missing from the camera. Comment below and let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this little gossip video. Make sure you hit that like button if you did. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already for our future gossip videos. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.